Mad at the world. We're here. What's up? The end of 2022. Happy belated Christmas. Happy early New Year's. Or you seeing this is going to be 2023 already. So hello from 2022. One of the last days. It's been really cold in Miami. This past week, it's warmed up again. We had like 2 days of like cold ass weather. I'm talking about, you see, I even got a cold from it. I'm talking about like 40 degrees Fahrenheit. Shit was cold, man, but we're back. We're back to being in Miami. Everyone else has blizzards and shit. We had 2 days of wear a jacket if you want type weather. And then we're back, man. Cheers. Did you have a good week? Did Santa bring you everything that you wanted? Huh? Well, good. You didn't have a good week? You got coal for fucking Christmas? That's good too. Fucking start a barbecue. Put some hot dogs and meat on top of it. Pause. Grill yourself a barbecue. Work with what you got is what I'm saying. Mine was all right. Mine was pretty good, actually. I got to buy everyone that I wanted to a gift in abundance. So that's always a good sign that it's been a good year. And I'm very grateful for that. And myself, as far as me, I got myself a couple things. Some people I love gave me a couple nice things as well. Never expected, always appreciated. And we just look forward to next year. Make sure all the kids get their gifts that they want. That's all we care about. That's all I care about. Next year we're gonna do it even bigger and better. But yeah, man, I'm excited about the new year. This year has been really good to me. Thank God. Didn't lose anybody. Thank God immediately. Knock on wood. A lot of people lose people, right? A lot of people that you know lose people around the holidays and lose people throughout the year to the point where, like, I be looking at my stories and I see that what they're going through, and it makes me appreciate my good years even more because in a way you feel bad because I try to make every year the best year of my life. And some people are literally going through the worst year of their life. People getting cancer and almost dying. People, you know what I'm saying, just lose loved ones that were dear and close to them. And I don't want to start off depressing, but what I'm saying is it makes me appreciate a little more and not take any of this shit for granted, man. So that's the reoccurring lesson of that I try to remind myself every year. Things that we know, but we just have to remind ourselves and keep that thought in the forefront as we go on to the next year, because it could change any day. It could change any year, any month. It could be you. It could be me next month, next year. God forbid, So we got to keep that in the forefront as we go on to every year to remind ourselves these lessons that we know. But anyways, philosophical already, huh? Made it through the year, and I'm Sigmund fucking Freud Gonzalez over here. Cheers to that again. Resolutions, I don't know. Who gives a shit, right? Resolutions, go to the gym, blah, blah, blah. The gym's the most packed in January, right? People always go to the gym. You see all these fat fucks at the gym for like a couple weeks. Good for them. I'm not saying that they shouldn't do it or try. But what I'm saying is too many people. What I'm saying is, damn, how long do I got to wait? What I'm saying is, how many more sets you got, big guy? Guy's there on the bench with 2 donuts, sweating profusely. He eats them afterwards. Wow, fat shaming. All right, one of my resolutions, not to fat shame anymore. Okay, there you go. There's one. It's so hard not to fat shame, right? In America, everybody's fat. But here's the thing. There's like a new study or like a new report that people are using this diabetic medication to lose weight. So it's making that medication harder to find for actual diabetics. Ain't that a bitch? Motherfuckers are fighting fire with fire. They're fighting diabetic medication. They're using it preemptively to keep their sugar low and lose weight on top of that. That's amazing. But I feel bad for the diabetics, you know. It's gotta suck. Yeah, man. Another resolution of mine. Quit drinking is always one. But I honestly don't think I'll ever quit drinking, man. Honestly, you know what? I enjoy it. But here's the thing that I need to always remind myself of that reoccurring lesson to control it. To not get fucked up. Now, I've stayed away from tequila. Tequila is literally like my devil juice. Meaning that I know I don't like tequila anyways, but I definitely know to stay away from it. Because every time I drink tequila, for some reason, I get so emotional. I guess it really is that agave is really depressant, which they say all alcohol and liquor is, but specifically agave, I really feel that, man. I really feel like agaves are super depressant. It could be about anything. Last time I was in Mexico, that's all we drank was tequila. I felt so emotional, like, oh man, like I was going through Mercury retrograde. That shit was, how beautiful the moon was tearing me up. I'm not ashamed to admit it too, because I'm a real fucking alpha. I'm the Andrew Tate type of alpha, so I can admit that I cry sometimes, and not cry like like that. I'm talking about like my eyes get watery, and then they shed tears, and they rain. I'm like, oh God, what's this? And then I taste it, just to make sure that it is what I feel it is, right? You're like, oh yeah, I remember these. Jay-Z's bullshitting. I can't see him coming down my eyes, so I gotta make this song. That's bullshit. Everybody cries, Jay-Z. You cry too, buddy. We cry sometimes, and that's okay to admit. The thing is, you can't cry all the time. You can't. You can't even cry often. You gotta cry like, as a man, a natural or a healthy amount would probably be like twice a year. Maybe one good cry a year. And that better be for something happy and joyous and like, oh man, my son, he threw his first baseball. He took his first steps. You know, that doesn't even have to be for kids, but you know what I'm saying? Something that hits you right in the feels. If you have death in the family, you know, or whatever, something sad, fine, you get extra. And that's fine. You have to deal with that. I don't mean that. I mean like in a regular year where everything's pretty much okay. We live in a fucking first world country. We're fine. We can get overwhelmed sometimes, or we can just be in our head to the point that we get a little emotional here and there when we stop and smell the roses of how beautiful fucking life is, or think about the future, or think about 2 times a year. What do you think? I don't know. That's just me. A good cry, man. I mean, let me think. The last time I had a good cry. A few things stand. I mean, Instagram. When you scroll through Instagram sometimes at 3 a.m, you know what I'm saying? And you just start looking through things, or you hit a YouTube at 2 o'clock in the morning, and then all of a sudden, you know, every movie fucking Macaulay Culkin's been in for some reason, and you just learn shit like that. Yes, sometimes. I think one time, that was the last time a couple years ago, where I saw this football player who became pro, and he had a stepdad, and in his championship game or something like that, his stepdad's been in his life all his life, 20-some years. And then he decided in that championship game to let his stepdad know that he changed his last name to the stepdad's last name, since his stepdad's been the real dad. So he's like, hey, stepdad, come here. And then he showed, look, I just want to show you my new jersey. You like it? And he showed her. And then the old man stepdad started bawling uncontrollably. And then the football player, and then they hugged. And he was like, yeah, I love you. You know I love you. And you know, this is just a no-brainer for me. You know what I'm saying? But that video, it really did it for me, especially me with dad stuff. Anything dad related, I got daddy issues, but anything like sweet dad related, turn on the motherfucking waterworks. Florida Power and Light, or who handles the water in fucking Florida? I don't even know. FPL? Who knows? But anyways, turn on the waterworks. Anything dad related, get your swimming trunks. I'm balling. You got something sweet, a sweet video. I mean, the dad coming home from war, that's old news already. Like, those don't really do much for me anymore. Still sad, still sweet, and I still respect it. But there's been so many of those those don't do them. Anything else that has to do with like a real dad situation where dad is dying and then the son comes in or the kids come in, Dad, a surprise, we just found your fucking long lost sweetheart from your middle school days. We found your old college professor who inspired you to become a teacher. Look, he's here. Balling. Get the fucking tube out, because I'm balling. Anyways. And then when you ball, you add everything else that you've been holding in as far as your own life, your own emotions. And then that's it. That's the required maintenance. Because if you don't do that, guess what? You murder people. If you don't do that, every once in a while, you murder people. Or at least you hurt them. Hurt people, right? hurt people. Actually. Anyways. Speaking of Andrew Tate, man. I get so much Tate shame. Listen, if the guy's human trafficking, he got arrested recently. No one knows why. They say it's money laundering. Some say it's human trafficking. If he's human trafficking, obviously he's a criminal. He deserves jail. No news has come out yet. His brother Tristan is already free. Tate's tweeting already from his Twitter. I'm sure it's his handlers, obviously. But if he's not, if this is just another swatting situation, or if this is just another like false accusations that's going to lead to nothing, bro, how much longer we got to hate this guy? Like, this just teaches me, and the reason I relate to Tate so much, I mean, I wish I relate to him as far as hundreds of millions of dollars, which is the only real reason I really take what he says into consideration. I mean, he says a lot of things that I already know, but the same thing that I mentioned before, you have to reiterate and refresh your brain, always keep it in the forefront to stay laser focused into what you got to do, how you got to do it, how you got to get it, how you got to level up. It's because as we all know, life and the world and society, especially, and other people with jealousy and just the way the system is going to try to keep you down every single minute of every single day. So you always have to like re-encourage yourself, remind yourself to stay focused. And that's what I like about the guy. He knows the right military drill sergeant type of way to drill it in your head, and he's living it. He's not just fucking talking. He's not just some dude who borrows his friend's mansion and pretend like it's his Ferraris and shit. Those are his fucking Bugattis. But anyways, other than that though, he means well. If you really listen to him, he has good messages. I mean well. I'm misunderstood. People don't like me for whatever frivolous reasons or because of little spats here and there. But it's really no hate unless I get knocked down. When people think that you've fallen and that you're down, that you're being taken down, then all those little frivolous things that you thought y'all got past is the reason why they don't mind kicking you while you're down, why they think you're down. And then you start seeing who's really like either fucks with you or always had that resentment to shun you and kick you while you're down. People ain't shit, bro. People celebrating the fact that this guy got swatted. Celebrating. And shaming every time that I'm posting even the positive messages that he posts. Talking about he deserves death. And here's the thing, that a lot of these people who talk shit about him and reply to my stories of me reposting Tate's positive messages don't even really know what he's talking about. Don't even know what he says. They just go by the viral clips of him saying douchey things or bad jokes, or because he tries to joke around, but he's so literal that he couldn't tell a knock joke to save his fucking life. Sounds like a robot. Sounds like almost like he means it. If he says knock, you literally think, oh, somebody's at the door. That's how much his tone of voice does not go well with how he means to say shit, as far as playfully or jesting or just jokingly. Satire, if you will. But he's not the bad guy. He's not the worst. And here's another thing about those type of people. I know some of these people, like personally, and what they've done. I mean, I get the hate from the women because, yeah, he says some douchey things about women a lot of times. Fine. But when a guy, like a guy hit me up on a story the other day, he sees that I'm like, hey, free Top G, whatever, show him my support. I'm not going to kick anybody while he's down. I'm going to wait for the facts. But when a guy talk shit about Tate, oh, fuck this guy, he has half a brain, you guys need to stop dick riding. When a guy says this, it's like, oh, wait a minute. Let's see who's talking. And sure enough, the dude who said this, his very next fucking post after celebrating that Tate's incarcerated and that people who are supporting him now are dick riders, his next post is that of dick riding a DJ because he's into EDM or some shit. Oh my God, DJ so-and-so, he's the best. Oh my God, my life is complete. Hey man, now stop dick riding the DJ. Stop dick riding some DJ. Just because he plays So he goes, aha, Tate hater, or Tate lover, getting mad, haha. Oh no, man, blah blah blah, talking shit. Now this very guy, and I'm not gonna argue with the guy, and I'm not even really like upset with him. But what I did tell him was, hey, dude, I know you. You've been fired like 4 times since I've known you from a job. Like, I know you from the job. You got fired more times than I've ever seen anyone get fired in a year. You got evicted. Don't have a car. A smoke weed slacker type gamer. Not in shape. Dude, Tate's kind of talking to you and trying to talk to you. Like in a way of motivate. No, fuck that guy. I swear, I don't need to hear him. Me not hearing him would be the same as me hearing what he has to say, and my life is just going to be the same. And I said, all right. Because when I said the last episode, negative 10x rule, everybody can't think big, or else the world would be a small place. Been known that for years. Tate says it in the way of, everybody can't be unplugged from the Matrix because we need people to wash our Bugattis. But if you feel that you need to fucking grow what's in here to really elevate to a point where people around you are not even fathoming, they say they want to. People say they want to get rich, but they don't want to put in the work or do what it takes necessary by any means necessary to make it, to do that. I know that for a fact. I've tried to take several people to water. But if you're one of those type that you really feel deep down burning desire to really do it, you must unplug from the Matrix. But people like that who still want to play video games all day, get evicted, jump from job to job, they want to stay in the Matrix and then criticize those who not only are living their complete full potential, happy, money, cars, women, but also trying to motivate you to at least unlock some chamber of your mind and passion to be better, then you don't deserve it. Wash my Bugatti, please. Here's a tip. Thank you. No harm, no foul, buddy. Now, with women, I understand. And with this guy, you don't have to like him if you're a woman. I get it. If you really listen to him, he does say a lot of things that make sense as far as hedonism and this normalization of wholeness, which I've been saying for years. Stripper pole dancing for exercise, normalization of OnlyFans. Every chick you meet nowadays has a fucking OnlyFans. Selling their sexting. The pandemic made it worse or better, whatever you want to fucking call it, because a lot of these women are making money. Good for them. But you're selling your asshole and you're just some chick. You're selling your asshole for a few bucks. Normalization of that. What do you really think in the future of a man who you want and you consider or you would like to respect you is going to think about that when he fucking finds out that a bunch of randos and a couple people that you even know on the low has your nudes? That's not cool. If you want to be in that lane, in that industry, yes, it's cool. Somebody's got to do it. I commend you. I applaud you. Good for you. Hope you reach this fucking heights that you want to reach financially and do it the smart way and safely. But if you're just some random girl next door chick who's eventually gonna try to get a job in something, why? What? Anyways, my point is, if you're a woman, I get why women don't like them, or the average woman. But you have to look at yourself before you judge. Another chick that I know calls him a whore, a low-key whore, and a fucking doesn't respect women and blah, blah, blah. And in my mind, I'm like, didn't I sleep with you the first night I met you? Weren't you like a one-night stand? Like you don't respect yourself. Like, why are you... I mean, thank you for that. But why are you judging this guy? What? Another chick that I know was on that Fresh and Fit podcast not once, not twice, 3 times, and sent a bunch of girls over there to be on the show as well. Says that Tate should die. Really? Die? Jesus Christ. Yeah, blah, blah, men like that. What about Fresh and Fit? Those are your people. You said they were your friends. Your friends. They are not my friends no more. They fucking manipulated me and I regret. You regret it? You regret going on the show once or the second time? Or was it the third time? Or was it the fucking plenty of girls that you sent over there? Which ones do you regret? Ladies, all this is coming from pushback of or blowback of trying to silence men, regular men. At first it started out good with the fucking Harvey Weinsteins and the Epsteins and all this shit. Then they went after Aziz Ansari. The fuck you talking about? Then they went after James Franco. Jesus Christ. And then the fucking one of the bitches who started that whole Me Too shit. Too many men hater women started fucking joining in. But the main chick who fucking started the goddamn shit was fucking a 16-year-old boy. Remember Anthony Bourdain's girl or some shit? And then he caught wind that all that shit was gonna like be exposed and he killed himself because of that bitch. Ladies, I want to help. I wish there was a female Andrew Tate. There isn't. All these chicks that are fucking woman power, women empowerment, they're all shaking ass, showing pussy, showing titty, free the nipple, pole dancing, exercise. All that shit is secret undercover Weinsteins behind them, making you think that that's what should be normalized. That isn't the fucking case. That isn't cute. There needs to be a real woman Tate. Female Tate, if you will. Adriana Tate. And that's not to say that the bitch should be masculine. No. Soft girl era is in. Soft girl era. Be smart. Be delicate. But fierce still. It's a code. And it's a code you have to kind of really decipher, especially this day and age with all this puteria going on. Wholeness, a.k.a. wholeness and normalizing of it. But that's where it's at. Money, if you wanted the money, all right, well, that money's going to come with a price later on down the line, just so you know. It's going to come with a lot of fucking headaches that you're not going to pay for it now. But you will pay for it someday, guaranteed. Soft girl era. Figure it out. I don't know. I don't even know where to start. I'll tell you where to start. Femininity. Femininity. Why did I say that like a fucking, like I have Down syndrome? It's in there. I'm not saying procreate. I'm not saying fucking just amplify or promote those type of things. What I'm saying is, you know what I'm saying. Yeah, but men are the ones who fucking corrupt us and play us, and especially these guys that are fucking teaching these fucking young men to trick us into sleeping with them. Ain't nobody teaching nobody to trick you into sleeping with us, if you will. Ain't nobody. It's just so prevalent. Y'all giving it up too easy. Nobody needs to trick a girl no more to fuck. It's just there. It happens. When I was dating, it was surprising, shocking to me how fast and easy girls have gotten, to the point where meet them, fuck them, next day they're cutting me. They're deucing me up. Me, I'm like, wow. Coming from the time where I started dating, where you had to like put in work and make a chick feel like, oh, this might grow. This, I think, I feel something here. Chemistry. No. Nowadays, it's like that. So me coming from that, I'm like, wow. I think I love this bitch. She just did all the, no courting. I don't have to court you. I don't have to give that next day fucking, hey, let's go out to dinner. I'm not a slut date. Where you prove to me that, you're not a slut and you're not going to do nothing now the second time around, but you will enjoy this meal. No, they don't even want that. I'm not a slut date no more. That's like awkward to them. They're like, oh, what is he doing? I hooked up with this one chick, college chick or whatever the fuck, a couple years ago. She deuced me up on a fucking text. And we had a great time the night before. I'm talking about not just the sex. I'm talking about, it started out like a lunch date, went into happy hour, went into slight dinner / wine night. Then, as I'm taking her home, roadhead. Then, sealed the deal. And everything seemed fine. Double fine, if you know what I mean. Two rounds, because that's what your boy does. They call your boy 2-round Dean. TMI. Oh, anyways. Next morning, I say, hey, good morning. She sends me back a fucking paragraph. Hey, listen, last night was great, but I just didn't feel the connection. But it was very nice meeting you and, blah, blah, see you around. And in my mind, I literally thought, wow, that's crazy, because my dick sure did feel connected to your mouth while on the I-95. but I didn't text her. That's what I thought. But it was bullshit. I don't know if she had another dude or whatever the fuck. I don't know. But in a way, I was relieved. I was like, all right, well, yeah, that's okay. I don't have to court her. But she wasn't the only one. Like girls are just this easy. Girls, it's easy. Now, here's the thing. Thank you, right? Thank you for that. But at the same time, this is why these fucking podcasts and these type of guys are being created, because it's the females that are just giving it up like this. Nobody needs to trick anyone into sleeping with a girl anymore. They really don't. Girls need to fucking take back the power. And how do you do that? You don't do it by force. You don't do it by tricking even. You don't do it by tricking, either financially or finessing, whatever the fuck you want to call it. You do it by femininity. It's somewhere in there. Fucking figure it out. Whatever, bro. This is going to be one of the last times I'm doing a podcast in this studio. I feel good about it too, man. The studio, I want to thank North Miami for hosting me and this office that I had for a year. I didn't know what it was going to do, how it was going to do, if it was going to generate any money, which it really hasn't, but it really generated a lot of memories and content and pride that I even kept it this long, because I was going to keep it regardless. I said, hey, you know what? I'm going to rent an office. Sometimes you got to do that. Sometimes you got to say, you know what? Let me just pay for this fucking office for a year. I don't care what. All I know is I'm not going to quit. Just pay for it, be in there, and see what the fuck happens. And that's what I did here at this Outcrowd Studios. This is going to be the original location forever, but I am looking forward to when I move to Los Angeles, which I don't know if I probably mentioned it here and there in passing, but consider this the official announcement. I'm moving to Los Angeles in about a month or so. I am very looking forward to it. I am making that headquarters. I'm still going to be coming back to Miami every so often to handle some business that I still have ongoing over here. Can't really talk too much about that, but just know that it's very necessary. So I'll still be in town here and there. But Los Angeles is going to be my headquarters, man. I'm going to go into it with a very different mentality and very different expectations than I had here in my own hometown, which is the only reason why I had expectations. But I understand that I am like a fucking Tate, dude. There's something about me that's not really likable. But you can tell that my life is awesome, though, right? You can tell that I have money, though, right? You can tell that I get bitches, though, right? You can tell that my dick is bigger than average, right? Is that why I'm likable? Because y'all think that I walk around knowing this, like in the forefront? Because that's not it. I've mentioned this before. This is the mask. This is the mask, because we all go through shit, right? The shit that I've been through is also in this. And it's a miracle that I have still all that I mentioned before as positives and pluses and pros. It's a miracle. And I'm sure you have miracles too. I'm sure the shit that you've gone through is a miracle that you have your pros and your fucking highlights of how you are. And most, maybe not most, but half people, their personality and their likability and likableness is one of those pros. It just doesn't so happen to be mine. The only time I'm likable is when I'm on stage. Thank God. I'll take that. That'll do. But as far as me as a person, work ethic wise, I'm good. Talent wise is there. I'm honing it little by little. I'm not one of those gifted motherfuckers that was born with it. But talent with hard work beats a gift any day. Especially if the gift doesn't work at it. Fuck, now I got something in my throat. Pause. Cheers. Ah, fuck. Ah. Whew. Been a hell of a year, boy. Smooth for the most part. I just think about. Sorry. I'm looking forward to LA. I'm really looking forward to it. Uh oh. Uh oh. Is it happening? Is this a tear? A happy tear? No. Allergy tear. Sorry. False alarm. Allergies. I'm looking forward to LA, man. I'm going to go in there, try to be likable. I'm going to try to be as likable as possible, but in the way that I'm just going to do shows and let that be the forefront of if people like me or not. And then if they do, that'll weed out the herd. And then if they do, I'm just going to, be like, just try to be nice and see what connections I make off of that. It seemed to work that last time when I did the show at the Laugh Factory, that open mic. A bunch of cool people came up to me afterwards, and one guy was like, well, hey, man, welcome to hell. He was talking about L.A. But they all, showed me love. I did really good at that on that set. And I was like, I can get used to this. I'm looking forward to it, man. And then maybe one day I'll be so out of townerish, and LA will, change me in a way, right? That I start, I don't know, dyeing my tips blonde or some shit, right? When LA changes people. That I'll be so out of townerish that when I come back here to Miami, they might dick ride me, right? That's what Miami does. Dick ride fucking out of towners with clout. I love everybody here, man, but at the same time, I just need a break, y'all. I just need a break from Miami and just the stagnation of it, the politics of it, the sneaky hating of it. It's all good. Listen, all good. I'm not even leaving bitter at all. I'm leaving on my own terms, which is beautiful. When I lived in Miami when I was 19, 20, and I had to move back up or to New York with my mom, I had to leave. I was doing crimes out here. I was committing crimes, burglarizing and shit, doing stupid shit. Just to eat, not even for fun, to eat. I had to move up there. I had to. I cried the night before taking a Greyhound back up to New York. But if I didn't do that, I would have, who knows where I would have been. I wouldn't have been here. But this time, I'm leaving on my own. Every single time after that trip really was the last time that I ever had to just run away and in surrender with a white flag and fucking defeat. Ever since then, every time I left, when I moved back here, it wasn't in defeat. I left, it was a plan. Now when I'm leaving here now, it's a plan on my own terms. Sovereignty, right? Go wherever I please. I can live wherever I please. I don't have kids. I have 2 dogs. They're coming with. Girl says she's coming with too, so we'll see. I'm hoping. I don't expect to find true love in LA. I mean, everyone's out for something over there, right? Who knows? Only true love I want to flirt with over there is comedy. That's it. Just get better. Focus on that. Get away from all the bullshit around here. It's too small over here. It's getting bigger, and I always will respect this, but it's about time, man. And it's in my own terms, like I said before. Anyways, I was gonna talk about this other thing that this other dude who's hating on me after years and years. This fucking dumbass. But I don't know. It doesn't even seem important. He's just a fucking hater. And that just shows me that I'm doing something right. When somebody hates you, even after so many years of whatever it is that they hate you about happened, that means you're doing something right. And you got to keep doing it. So that's what I'm going to do, and that's the advice that I'm going to leave off. And I hope this was at least a little entertaining. I just kind of unloaded. It's been a minute, not even a minute, but it's been like a week and a half. After this, though, back to every week. Thank you all for whoever's listening, whoever's watching, whoever, hit me up, put a comment, share. Let me know you're listening. Let me know you're watching. Let me know whatever your thoughts is, man. Any advice you have for me, I take advice too, baby. Don't think that I don't take advice. I take full advice. And I need it. And I'm going to need all the support and help. Don't kick people while they're down, man. Think about stuff and how hard people have it too. You never know what people are going through. So like I said before, if someone is a criminal, that's a different story. Hitler was a criminal too. Hitler was a criminal, but he did good shit like what Kanye said. And I don't agree with how he said it and why he said it and the reasons why he said it. But what I'm saying is Hitler fucking, the Volkswagen is a Nazi company. Mercedes-Benz is always been known as the Nazi sleds. People still drive those all the fucking time. They made it out of the war. They fucking pleaded out of World War II and fucking surrendered, but they were Nazis. The Autobahn, which is a expressway in Germany, they didn't knock it down after Hitler was killed. It's a highway without a fucking without a speed limit. Everybody goes there year after year to rent Benzes and Beamers and just fly through that shit. How do I know? Because I was there and I drove on it. Beautiful fucking expressway. No speed limit legally. That's fucking crazy. That's beautiful. It's dope. And very well made. Very smooth. Through mountains and shit. Hitler did that. Reason why I say that? Fuck Hitler. Right? But also take what you need from people and tyrants or criminals as far as how you want to be inspired. Whether that be money-wise, whether that be business, entrepreneurship, or whatever the fuck, stock-wise, how to move in the industry, or even what not to do. I've talked about this before with the 40 Laws of Power. You got to know how these fucking people think in order to, number one, recognize them in other people who are trying to use those same powers against you evilly. And number two, for you to use the shit that they know for your own good in your life and to progress and elevate without doing all the extra evil shit. So if somebody's a criminal, which it's not determined yet whether Tate is, so I'm sorry about bringing up Hitler. Fuck Hitler at the end of the day. You suck a dick. Burn, right? But Tate's not a fucking evil dude. We'll see. If he's human trafficking, fuck him too, right? Let's wait for the facts. With that said, shout out to Meg da Stallion. I heard all the new stuff that came out, that the Rock Nation put out, all the evidence, which they should have put this shit out fucking months ago. Of Tory Lanez call from jail to the friend and him apologizing and saying how that wasn't him. He was so drunk. So shout out to Meg. Everything seemed to be like looking like she kind of fibbed about what happened. It does seem like that whole situation shouldn't have happened. Obviously, no guns should have been pulled out. We've all been through those kind of fights. But never, I've been through something scary like that myself, but not with a fucking gun. It was with a knife, but yes, and I got hurt, but I mean, we both got hurt. And it was the scariest night of my life. But at the same time, it was we both the next day just ran into each other's arms in like complete shock and like, man, we can never drink like that again. It was the scariest shit in my life. So we've all been through that, is what I'm saying. But once a gun is pulled out and you start shooting at people, which now they're saying is shot in the air, who cares? As long as the gun is being pulled out and shot, period. Now, fuck you. Okay? Do I think Tory Lanez should go to jail for that? Listen, if Meg wants him to go to jail because it happened to her, she was the only one who got injured. If she wants him to go to jail, it was up to her. Then that's just the way it got to be. I mean, it sucks that he has to be facing 20 now over something so stupid, over a drunken night and horrible decision. But if that's the way that the victim wants to proceed, then that's the way it has to happen, because it could have gone way left and it could have really killed that girl. So I do want to apologize to Meg da Stallion, the media, and my own personal experiences with a girl lying on me as far as me injuring her when I was in middle school, high school. Kind of fueled my judgment based off of things that I was seeing on the news, things that she even said herself, and lies here and there about being intimate, stuff like that. Regardless, if Jay-Z knows you ain't lying, then you ain't lying. And I listen to anything Jay-Z says. He's the fucking GOAT. Rock Nation. As soon as Tory Lanez's dad blamed Rock Nation and fucking Jay-Z, the next day, the motherfuckers put out all the evidence that they had, showing that, yeah, Tory might have did this. Yeah, hell yeah. You can't do that. You can't just try to make Jay-Z look bad. Jay-Z's trying to buy fucking football teams and shit. And he wouldn't just side with someone just because they're a chick or whatever. They're on his label. I mean, no, he has privy to law enforcement type of resources where he could be like, yo, make one call. What really happened? Send me the evidence. Boom. And it's at his fucking doorstep in his email. And that's it. That's all the evidence. And yeah, I apologize to Meg da Stallion for thinking that she was too drunk to really remember what happened. And that she, whatever, was lying a little bit. But everyone loses in that fucking scenario. So many people are going to jail. So many of those rappers. I really hope that they can get a grip and stop beefing, bro. Stop beefing. It starts with ourselves. You see this? You see how they're trying to get everybody locked up in the rap game and just destabilize that, and on top of that, everyone's still trying to perpetuate the beefs and get rappers to kill other rappers so that the labels could go ahead and get the monetization of their music, and they don't really have to pay their artists because they're dead now, and they give whatever they want to give to their family members and keep whatever the fuck that they know that they can hide because the artist is dead. It's a never-ending thing that we got to wake up from, man. I mean, it feels like we all know it, but we still think it's a cool, funny game. Like we're playing Call of Duty, or it's some type of John Gotti status to immortalizing yourself to go to jail and get RICO'd and come out in 8 years. Those are still 5 to 8 to 10 to 20 years that you're fucking wasting away. And John Gotti died horribly. He died like a dog in prison of cancer or some shit. He couldn't take a piss without it being watched. You think that he died happy? You think that if he had a choice, he would choose to be immortalized or to live free? Once he did, because obviously he did all that shit that he did. And he was pretty much asking to be caught at the end there, just by the flashiness and all that. But no, I could only imagine his last thoughts were just like, man, this shit sucks, and it wasn't worth it. Fuck that mafia life shit, man. Not that I'm gonna die a legend and I'm a fucking, this is great. No, he died like a dog in a fucking kennel. We gotta wise up, people. Can't be us versus us anymore. And I mean us, black versus brown, brown versus brown, Mexican versus Puerto Rican, like blacks, American blacks versus African, Ghana black. Like we can't do this anymore because they're hitting us from all sides, all fronts, all unders, and dangling the meat so we can hit each other. They're the ones holding the fucking meat, dangling it. Pause. Anyways, I'm saying too much. Next, they're going to fucking tell me I'm money laundering and swap me. Anyways, fuck. They got real o'clock. Guys, I love you guys. 2022, I love you. 2023, let's get it. Until next time, see you next year. Oh, God, how many people have said this to you so far? See you next year. Oh. Have a good 2023, man.